Okay, so in this stream, I'm gonna go over a modified, shortened, condensed version of my ebook that I self-published. And this ebook has everything else that isn't already in the 3 videos on my YouTube channel. So right now, these 3 latest videos, which this stream now on Twitch will be uploaded. So together, these 4 videos will have everything for Yuma Senpai underscore on Twitch, which is the person I'm making this video series for, and I can probably put it in a playlist, so it's all in one place. Now, this first video in the title, it says it's for my teacher assistant for my college in one class, and so that video has stretching and strength training exercises. So it has all of the strength training exercises you need to know for strength training, body weight exercises that cover all the main muscles. Like not really tiny minor muscles, which there are minor muscles in your body that you won't work by doing normal exercises. Like most people don't have them developed. But unless you want to go into a specific field, like for instance, forearms have minor muscles that unless you want to go into arm wrestling, like professional or competitive arm wrestling, you don't need to work those forearm muscles as much. But I can teach you those if you want later. I just didn't include them because they require special equipment most of the time, unless you want to modify certain bodyweight exercises to do them. And so this first one has stretching, all the stretches, and all the strength training. The second one is all about cardio, and it includes some stretching for legs, but it's mostly cardio and has all the cardio knowledge you need. And then this one is too long, so I'm gonna briefly um show this one. So this one you oh wait, I don't want to dox myself, so I have to close my email because it gives notifications and then you'll see my email address. So if you saw my email address, just ignore it. You can send to me, but just don't if I were dox my email address, don't dox it further because I had problems with that sort of. But in this video, oh, the audio is not on. Well, the audio doesn't need to be on. So um here I'm showing reflexes training by catching handkerchiefs with your hands. It's reflexes training just for hands, not for feet or the rest of your body. And it takes me a while to show it. So all 3 of these videos and also this video I'm making now, you can play in 2 times speed on YouTube. So you can go over here to settings and then playback speed, and then up into 2 times. And quality, you know all that stuff. So just go up until I come upstairs. Yeah. Later. Yeah, as I'm walking upstairs. So see. Excuse me. Sorry, yeah, I have a lot of mucus IRL. People who don't know me don't know that. But I sneeze a lot after blow my nose a lot. Um, wait, I gotta take my nose supplement. It helps me. Okay, so I take that 4 times a day. It's just to help me not sneeze as much. But anyway, now I can show my book. Wait, I closed out of someone. Oh, grab tile. I've been watching this guy recently to have him support the streams. Give him a tab if you have a chance. He's not affiliate because he removed it. I'm gonna move his tab over here. Okay, so this is my ebook. So you can't use treadmills because they're not maximal training. They don't isolate your heart endurance, and you can't do one-legged hops on treadmills because it'll break the treadmill. And then anti-aging cardio is, and I'm just gonna go over all of this, and then when I send you the videos, Yuma, and you're watching this, you can watch whichever order, because each video is teaching something different. The only overlap is in these two videos. This one is cardio, this one is strength training and stretching, and this cardio video has leg stretches, some leg stretches. So this video is just for reflexes. The rest of it you don't need to watch. So when I hovered over it, and it was at like 25 minutes, 42 seconds, the first like 20 something minutes you can watch in 2 times speed and skip around when I'm like going on a tangent. If I'm going on a tangent, if you don't feel it's necessary, if at any point you don't feel it's necessary, hit the like um hit the like right arrow key, go forward 5 seconds. And this video I'm making now is just going over this. So we have cardio, we have metabolism, progression, strength training, different exercises, various different exercises in different stages. So your first stage, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stretches, and then tendons, and then how to train tendons, warm up, and then that's it. So we start out with this, don't use treadmills, and then anti-aging cardio is when you do like maybe around not 70% of your maximum intensity, but maybe 80%. And you do it for an hour like cardio. It doesn't have to be step aerobics, which I show in a different video. I'm not in my basement gym now, so I can't demonstrate it. But I look up cardio in that video, I think, this one. Later in the video, I go up to this computer at my desk, and I look up videos of different stuff, and I briefly show it. So most of this you can look up. Most of this isn't my own discovery, but I do show the stuff I discover, and later in this video I'll show something and something else. In the other video, the cardio, my jump aerobics, that's a type of cardio I invented that only I do. And then so anti-aging cardio, it doesn't mean you don't age completely. You still age, but your heart doesn't age. And I mean, your heart still ages. It just slows down your aging. It's just like really good blood flow, really good sweat. Um, like you would have to do this every day and be consistent. And to do that, you can't get sore because then you can't do it every day. So that's why it has to be step aerobics. Because if you run at 80% of your max intensity, you're gonna get sore. the next day. So it can only be step aerobics because step aerobics doesn't require strength. Like you're just stepping up and down on the chair or bench stepper. So it's just like walking. It takes as much strength as jogging or jogging slowly or walking at the most, jogging slowly. Anyway, there's step aerobics. So I showed this in another video, so if you don't know what this is, you should watch that video. But basically, step aerobics is just stepping up and down on something. It can be a chair, a bench. A bench stepper is a type of bench where you can adjust the height, basically. Um, so this isn't really meant to teach you how to do step aerobics. These two paragraphs here are trying to explain something about doing them. So you don't want the height to be too high because you want to be able to step up on it. So when I say shouldn't go up too high for you to be able to step on, what I'm saying is like if the height of the chair is so high you can't step on it, then you can't do that height. With jump aerobics, you can do that height because you're jumping. But if you're doing step aerobics, then basically this is saying once you need to go that high to be able to get a good workout, then just do jump aerobics. And when you use ankle weight, you don't have to do step aerobics with ankle weights to be able to progress. Like you can do step aerobics, no ankle weights, then be able to do one-legged squats, and then do one-legged hopping, and then do jump aerobics. And then with jump aerobics, you can do it with added weight. But even when you use added weight, you can just hold dumbbells in your hands. You don't need ankle weights. Now, with the strength training video, which is this one video from my class teacher TA on stretching, bodyweight exercise, calisthenics, and my cardio. Actually, this one has cardio too, so there is an overlap. But this one is much more detailed in terms of cardio. This one here, this 130, an hour 32-minute video. Um, uh, but with step aerobics, when you step your leg onto the bench or chair, you want your knees before straight up, before perpendicular. So not just don't put your knees past your toes. Don't put your knees past upright at all. And then here is from memory, and some of this is wrong, and some of these I kind of remember the right percentage. But this is a rare chart of the percentage of your body weight in pounds that you can build in, or not in pounds, it can be any unit, but that you can build in lean muscle mass throughout your body, not just in one muscle. Over the course of the first 25 years, measured in terms of days you've exerted that muscle. And after year 25, it gets so small, smaller than 0.5% of your body weight, that it's negligible. So, for example, year 2 isn't 23%, it's 23.5, but I rounded down when I wrote this so that you don't get too high of a number of lean muscle mass pounds that you can build. I wanted to round everything down as much as I can so that you don't get the wrong estimation. So, for example, if you don't do any exertions of any muscles, like you never exert your muscles that much, you never work out, or even like use up strength for the first 18 years of your life. So you're an 18-year-old male, you're an adult, and let's say you're like my height, 5'3", and let's say you weigh like 100 pounds and you have some fat. So you're like a girl's weight. You don't have any muscle, you like barely any muscle. So the first year you build 25 pounds. you've maximized strongest combination of factors in your training, and you are now like stronger than me. Like now at 125 pounds body weight, you are intermediate strength or more, and you lost some fat, so you're now down to like 120 pounds because you lost some fat. Because like you have fat covering your muscles, even though strength training doesn't burn fat, it does shed fat off covering around the muscles that you build muscle mass in. So then to calculate the next year, you take 125 times 1.23. So it would be wrong to take 1.25 times 1.235 times 1.23 times 1.22 and so on. You would want to take each year times the percent, and then take that weight times the next percent, take that weight times the next percent. So don't take the starting weight times all of these multiplied by each other as 1.25, and then here 1.005. Anyway, your metabolism is weird. So only a certain amount can go into your daily activities. Yeah, 20%. And 10% is your metabolism to burn food. And then 70% is based on your biology. So if you have no muscle, your metabolism could be around 1,500 calories to 1,000. If you have no muscle, like none at all. And then there's something called set points, where if you eat under your metabolism decreases. If you eat under it consistently, like many days. And if you eat over it, it'll decrease. So your metabolism is in how many calories you need to survive, to not lose any weight. And then minor muscles, like I said earlier in this video, I don't cover all of them. Some of them I do cover, but I don't cover them that well. And cover in terms of you building them in your exercises that I show in this video. So just keep note of that. Okay, so now calisthenics is not equally good as weightlifting. I say here it can be replicated with weightlifting. The reason calisthenics is better than weightlifting for building lean muscle mass, bulk muscle mass, or muscular endurance is because calisthenics, I believe, I'm not 100% certain, but I believe calisthenics builds lean muscle mass at a higher rep range than weightlifting. So if your max reps is 15 and you do a set of 15 reps of a bodyweight exercise, you'll still build lean muscle mass. If it's exactly 15, like not 15.5 at reps as your max reps, 15 or less, then you'll build lean muscle mass. But with weightlifting, if your max reps is 15 or 8 to 15, you'll build bulk muscle mass. And bulk muscle mass is weaker, it's filled with more fat and water, it's less dense, and it's more for explosive movements and speed, explosive speed. Lean muscle mass is more for endurance and slower movements, but is stronger, denser, and has more muscle fibers, less filled with fat and water. Um, so, the progressions are, there's different ways to do it. So, um, so, so one way is how I show in, I think, this video is the smiley face video. The smiley face thumbnail video is you can pick a muscle or a move, a group of muscles or a move, because with bodyweight exercises, you can't always isolate muscles like you can with weights. Like you can do bicep curls, tricep extension, shoulder raises that target specific muscles with weightlifting. But with bodyweight exercises, you kind of can't do that because you have push-ups, pull-ups, dips. They all work multiple muscles. So, with calisthenics, bodyweight exercises, both interchangeable, the same thing, one of the only muscles you can isolate is triceps, quadriceps, and lower back, and maybe a few other things, but mostly those muscles. So, um, So one of the ways you can do these progressions, and progressions is how you progress to the next hardest move. So you do push-ups, then weighted push-ups, then one-arm push-ups, then pseudo-planche push-ups, then planche push-ups, and then one-arm planche push-ups, or one-arm pseudo-planche push-ups, and then one-arm planche push-ups. So one-arm push-ups are regular push-ups just with one arm. So you spread your legs to distribute your body weight. You put the working arm in the middle, towards the middle of your torso on the floor, like not arms to the side. You put one in the middle, and you spread your legs. They're not like straight. You spread them, and one of the ways is you can pick a move or a muscle and then pick 3 or 4 exercises, do them in hardest to easiest descending order, hardest to easiest, and then um make sure that you start off doing around like 10 to 12 reps of this body weight exercise, and then the last move, which is the easiest, will probably be like 5 to 6 reps, because you'll and then another way to progress is not to do that, because you'll do 3 to 4 moves, but a different move means you usually take a break. In this case, you're picking a move or a muscle, a muscle group or a muscle, or a move like push-ups, and then different variations of push-ups, like push-ups on your knees, weighted push-ups, regular 2-arm push-ups. So hardest to easiest, you'd start with the weighted 2-arm push-ups, then regular 2-arm push-ups, then on your knees, and then maybe, or weighted on your knees, and then knees. Um, but, the other way is to do one set. So don't superset. A superset is when you do back-to-back sets without pause. and a set is just doing reps, a consecutive reps, and a rep is just doing an exercise once. How many times have you done the move in one set? So the other way, though, is somewhere written here. I'm not sure where. I think it's here. So, make calisthenics better do reps, press straight arms, ease, lower down. So, this is referring to planche push-ups. Planche push-ups are done with straight arms at first. So, one arm push-ups is different from one arm planche push-ups because one arm push-ups are with your legs on the floor. Planche push-ups are with your legs in the air. So you press you press from your you press from your waist with planche push-ups, and that distributes your body weight. So your body is horizontally level, and you press up, and it uses your biceps. It's the only type of push-up, pretty much, pseudo planche push-ups and planche push-ups that work your biceps. Um, so you want to do that, and what this is saying is that you can, with straight arms, go ease on the way down, lower down to one arm, and then assist on. So this is confusing. I don't know why I wrote it like this. Basically, to train to be able to do full planche push-ups when you can do pseudo planche push-ups, instead of doing what I said earlier, pick 3 to 4 moves, do them in hardest to easiest descending order, do one set at a time, and do it weighted, and do it so that you're not starting off with 10 to 12 reps. And I said 15 reps is the max to build lean muscle mass with bodyweight exercises. But why I say to start off with 10 to 12 is because 15 is kind of too high. It's getting close to building bulk muscle mass with calisthenics. So I lowered it. Normally with weightlifting, people say to do 10 to 12. I'm saying do 10 to 12 with calisthenics, which weightlifting builds bulk muscle mass at 10 to 12. Calisthenics builds bulk muscle mass after 15. Weightlifting builds bulk muscle mass from 8 to 15 max reps. These are max reps rep ranges. So, so you can do 7 max reps, pick an added weight for pseudo planche push-ups, or your max reps with that added weight in a backpack or weight vest, or however you use added weight is, and by the way, if you don't have added weight, then you wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't be doing it this way. But if you did have added weight, doing it with added weight or not, without added weight, you wouldn't just do, weighted pseudo planche push-ups with 2 arms to be able to do 2 arm full planche push-ups. Without added weight, you would do, one arm bounce press up, assist one arm pseudo planche push-ups, maybe on your knees. So let me demonstrate this so you can see. I didn't plan this, but I'm gonna have to demonstrate this. So I'm on the floor now, I have my hands here. So I'm gonna be on my knees, because let's say I can't do pseudo planche push-ups with my legs up and do this. 2 pseudo planche push-ups. Let's say pseudo planche push-ups on my knees. So like this. But instead of just doing it on my knees like that, let's say I put one arm in the middle, so it was over here. Let's put my right arm in the center, and then let's put an assist arm on top, and then let's say I'm on my feet. So I'm on my feet, and then I go down, and when I go down, I bounce press up with this hand, and I'm doing one arm assist pseudo planche push-ups. So that is equivalent to the weighted pseudo planche push-ups on 2 legs, not on knees, on feet. That's equivalent to weighted. And I just did it without added weight. So you don't need added weight. You don't need added weight. So I just took a minute to show that. So now it's stability. And without balance press up to assist, you're not pressing much with the assist arm. You're letting it go when you go down. When you go down, then you let this go and then you push up. So on the way down, that assist arm is still here. You let it go once you reach the bottom, and then you press back up. And then stability. So you can do stability exercises with a stability ball. You can look up 1,000-pound or 2,000-pound weight capacity stability ball, and you can inflate it with air and then seal it, and then it won't pop unless you are putting 1,000 pounds of force onto it. Which means if you weigh so if you weigh 100, let's say you weigh 130 pounds. I weigh 125 pounds. If you weigh 130 pounds and you're doing full planche push-ups on a stability ball, that's your weight in force on the stability ball, 130 pounds. But in terms of bench press, you would be able to bench press roughly 1.5 times your body weight in pounds. 1.5 times your body weight in any unit. But the reason it's not bench pressing your 1 times your body weight is because a 1-arm push-up is 70% of your body weight in bench press on 1 arm. So if you can do 1-arm push-ups on 2 arms, you're able to bench press at least 1.4 times your body weight. But a full planche push-up is about 1.5 times, because full planche push-ups mainly train your biceps. Your chest and shoulders are not being, your chest and shoulders are not being trained as much from full planche push-ups as biceps. So there's not much of a difference between 1-arm push-ups and full planche push-ups for chest, like bench press strength. It's mainly for biceps. So just like muscle ups is for triceps, and muscle ups is when you do a pull up and you tricep extension your body over the pull up bar, do a dip, go back down, and then repeat. So, to do a muscle up, you have to do a pull up and a dip. But in between, you're doing a tricep extension with your whole body weight. So, if you can do full planche push ups, you can bicep curl half your weight on each bicep, each hand, with a dumbbell. If you can do a full planche push up, you can also front shoulder raise half your weight on each arm, and pec fly half your weight on each arm, straight arm pec fly with dumbbells or something. Half your weight each arm. So your full body weight. Um and stability, you don't need to train it, but and stability is different from balance and agility. Balance is just, being able to balance. Stability is different. If you have a special pull-up bar that's really stabilized into the wall, it takes extreme stability. It takes all the stability out of the movement pretty much. Even movements where you have stability, like you're doing pull-ups, you're doing push-ups, you don't really have full stability. Because on the pull-up bar moves slightly when you do pull-ups on it. If you had a pull-up bar that's stabilized into the wall so much that like it doesn't move at all, then it's easier to do pull-ups, muscle-ups, dips on it than doing it on a regular pull-up bar or dip bar. And agility is like being able to move fast and precise. So precise with speed. And then balance is just like not involving strength or speed. Stability is strength and precision and accuracy, your movements, accuracy, precision of your movements. And agility is accuracy, precision of your movements under speed, when you're doing it with speed. And then balance is just accuracy, precision with no movement. And then stage 1 arms moves. So there's different stages. Stage 1 is when you've done nothing. Stage 2 is after stage 1. Stage 3 is the stage, and these are stages I invented, came up with to explain to people. So stage 1 is when you've done no exercises, or you're just a beginner, or you can't do these stage 1 moves yet. You haven't mastered them. And then stage 2 is just after the first stage. And then stage 3 is the last stage before everything you do is with added weight. But if you don't have added weight, you can still go to stage 4. You just will have to do more stage 3, but really it's stage 4 because you've mastered the moves. You're just doing it further. But stage 3 is still, advanced. And then stage 5 is after you reach your max muscular potential, which you won't because it's impossible with the equipment we have on Earth or in existence. But stage 5 will be after you've reached your 25 years limit of days experience. Then you'll do endurance training, because you don't want to train endurance when you only have 25 years of muscular experience. So you want to use that to build muscle, because endurance doesn't have to build muscle. You can build endurance anytime you want. So, and then so for arms in stage 1, it's just push-ups, because that's the only thing you can do. Pull-ups and chin-ups require a pull-up bar, but you don't need to do pull-ups and chin-ups. So to build max muscular potential, you don't. And then for legs, there are these leg moves. Oh, I forgot to remove some of these. Hold on. Okay, so this is not stage 1, this is stage 3. So these are out of order, because this is stage 1 through legs, and there's no core in here. Or no, there is. But I show this in the video, so these I don't need to go over, because I show them in the video. And then these I show in the video, that I'm gonna send Yuma, Yuma Senpai _ on Twitch. So I show these in the video. Lower back I show in the video too. This I don't show in the video. Or videos. So I say hip flexors and cardio, one-legged ankle weighted stair hopping, because it's not normal to work hip flexors. So you would have to use some form of added weight. Unless you do this, which I can show you. You can do this. So you can lift up your leg and press down. And try to keep your leg up while you're pressing down. And do that on both legs. Now, I've already trained that, so once you do that, you're out of options. But once you can lift up your leg and press down on it, and it doesn't go down, then your hip flexor will be pretty strong. So I wouldn't feel the need to train it beyond that, just because you don't need it for cardio or really anything. If you drive a car and you don't put your foot on the floor in the car, you lift up your leg, that works hip flexors. But you can also lift up your whole leg and then press down, and that will work your quadriceps too, though. So you don't want to do too much of that. Like, I just hurt my quadricep doing it. I mean, it's not hurt, but I got it slightly tense from doing that. I mean, I felt pain. I felt soreness. And then, yeah, stage 5 is endurance. So to train endurance with strength training, not with cardio endurance, like hard endurance for your muscles, you want to do high intensity interval training, which interval training means intervals, like you train for a time span, then you take a break for a time span, and then you train for a time span, take a break, and those are the intervals. High intensity interval training means it's faster and more vigorous. So you would do full force, full speed for as many seconds as you can, to do it 8 times and then stop. So 8 times the 15 seconds on, 5 seconds off, or 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or 45 seconds full speed, full force on, doing the exercise, 15 seconds break. And then after doing 8 of those pairs, then you stop. So you usually do 8 sets. And so 45 seconds would be if you can do 90 reps as your max. So this is assuming in 45 seconds you would not reach 90. This is assuming that. So you would probably reach 60 in 90 seconds. And this is assuming you would be able to keep doing 60 or between 45 and 60 push-ups or whatever exercise that you can do 90 of as your max reps. And at a regular speed, not full force, full speed, in as your max reps. And then yeah, that's and then with the moves you will be doing, So the moves for arms, once you're stage 4 and 5, once you've mastered all the moves in stages 1 to 3, the moves you continue to do to hit all your muscle groups would be full bench push-ups, dragon press, Victorian cross, which is the same as dragon press, just without raising up your legs. And then you don't have to do muscle ups. I should remove this because you don't need it. I should remove Victorian cross too. And then these you don't need because these use pull-up bars. So actually just these two moves for your entire upper body, including abs, just not lower back. And then legs, you don't need this because this requires special equipment and you still don't need it. So 2 moves for each. So what full bench push-ups works is biceps, shoulders, chest, triceps some, and then back, and then forearms some. Dragon press works triceps, back, abs, shoulders, triceps. Did I say that? And then a little bit of lower back. And then for legs, one-legged calisthenics click for bridge curls. You would do them on one leg, since on 2 legs it's too easy. Because this would be a stage 2 move. Stage 1 of legs would just be squats, and one-legged squats. And then this, and then this. And then this on 2 legs in stage 3. And then one-legged in stage 3. And then stage 4 and 5 is just one-legged of this all the time. And leg extensions works quads and shins. Shins if you extend with your feet. Curl with your feet. When your arms curl, works biceps. When your feet curl, it works shins. And when your feet extend, it works calves. When your arms extend, it works triceps. And then, for lower back, and snake full bridge curls works calves and hamstrings. So this covers everything in legs except glutes and everything except glutes and inner outer thighs. Which, if you want to work that, you can do squats for glutes, which I didn't include here because you need added weight. So this is without added weight. Snake full bridge curls works glutes actually, so no, it works glutes. But for inner outer thighs, those are minor muscles. For lower back, this is in the video, you can do leg lower back extensions. And with added weight. And then Aquaman is something for deep back muscles tendons, which I show in the videos. And then stretching. So here is all the stretching. So this is it. This is everything. So I went over it in 49 minutes. So that's good. I'm probably not going to attach this to the YouTube video. But if you want this ebook or my full ebook with more stuff, I can give it to you, Yuma. But that's gonna be it for this video. So I'm just trying to see if anybody else viewed that video. I gave it 1 view. Oh, it got 7 views since I posted it. This video here. So I'm gonna end the video and then send this to you, Yuma. So you're gonna have to watch all of these 2 videos in 2 times speed. The first 25 minutes of this in 2 times speed, and then this in 2 times speed. So if we add that up, that's 49 minutes or so, 50 minutes in 2 times speed. So 50 plus 12 and a half, so 37 and a half, and then this is 92, so 46. So, what is that? 83 and a half, and then 29. So 83 and a half. So 92 and a half. 112 and a half. So this is 112 and a half minutes of content